Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne, and today I'm going to share with y'all how I make my hash brown sausage and cheese casserole. It comes out so good. Easter is just right around the corner. Mother's Day is quickly coming up here as well. I'm going to share with you something that my daughter loves to do with our leftover casserole. So first, in my big bowl, I'm putting in a 30-ounce bag of hash browns. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and thaw these out. And so I'm going to thaw them out in the microwave. And so I take my microwave bowl, I'm going to put these in the microwave, let them thaw out, and I'm going to do them on high for 1.5 minute intervals until they're nice and unthawed. We're not trying to cook them or get them hot, we just want to unthaw them. So in my skillet, I'm putting in 1 pound of sausage. You can use turkey sausage or pork sausage. I'm using pork sausage, and this is just regular sausage, and I'm using 1 pound. My hash browns have defrosted enough where I could break it up and it's not in that one big chunk, but there's still some ice crystals, a little bit of ice crystals. I don't know if you could see that. There's a little bit of ice crystals still on the hash brown, and then especially as I'm mixing it up, I'm looking to see there's sometimes those little brown pieces of the potato. I just go in and grab those and just discard those out of the bowl. And so our hash browns need to defrost a little bit more, so I'm going to put it back in my microwave for an additional 1 more minute. Now our sausage is coming along really well, and any big chunks that I have, what I like to do is just kind of break those up, so that way when I put together the casserole, the sausage is just kind of distributed better in smaller bite-sized pieces throughout the casserole. And likewise, if you don't want to have any meat in your casserole, you can totally have it meatless and just leave the sausage, the breakfast sausage, out and just have it be hash brown, the egg, and the cheese. And so you can just go on and just leave it out if you prefer. You can also add some small chopped green bell pepper, as well as some small chopped onion. And I'll have that information in the description box below for your reference. And there'll also be a list of ingredients to put together this wonderful hash brown and sausage casserole. I've grated up my cheese, and I have 2 kinds of cheese that I like to use. I'm using a medium cheddar cheese, and I'm also using a Monterey Jack cheddar cheese. Next, in my large bowl, I'm going to put together our egg mixture, and this is going to be the base for our breakfast casserole. I'm using large eggs, and I'm going to be using 8 large eggs, and your eggs, they can be fresh out of the fridge, or either they can be at room temperature. Either one is going to work just fine. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome in, and if you're a returner, welcome back. And I want to say hello and thank you to all my wonderful subscribers. I truly appreciate your thumbs up and your good vibe comments. And if you are visiting me for the first time or you're here the second time around, I hope you enjoy the content and consider subscribing. So once I have my eggs nice and whipped, and you want to whip them good and have them nice and frothy, then we're going to go ahead and add our seasonings. I'm adding in 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and now I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. That is going to give our casserole and our eggs some wonderful flavor. Next, I'm going to add just some regular table salt, and I'm putting in 1/2 teaspoon of regular table salt. I'm also going to put in some coarse black pepper, and I'm putting in 1/4 teaspoon of coarse black pepper. Once I have my seasonings in, I go ahead and I mix and I whip those around. I want to make sure that that's totally whipped together and incorporated with our eggs. Next to our whipped eggs that we've seasoned up, we're going to be adding some sour cream, and I'm going to put in 1/2 cup of sour cream. Now, if you don't have sour cream where you're at, you can substitute the sour cream for full fat Greek yogurt or full fat just regular plain yogurt. Either one of those will work as a nice substitute for the sour cream. Then I also put in 1 cup of milk, and I use 2% milk, and you can use either 2% milk or whole milk. Either one is going to work good. Then once I have the 2% milk in and my sour cream, you see how I'm whipping it really good? I'm going to make sure that I'm breaking down the pieces of the sour cream. You don't want to have big chunks. If you're going to have little speckles of sour cream, that's fine, but you don't want the big chunks. Then I take the egg mixture and I add the egg mixture to my defrosted hash brown. I go ahead and mix it up, and then I'm going to add some of my cheese. Now total I grated 1.5 cups of the medium cheese, and I grated 1.5 cups of my Monterey Jack. I put in a little bit more than a cup, about a cup and a fourth of each one of the flavors of cheese. And I'm using medium cheese, but if you like sharp cheese, you can substitute the medium cheddar cheese for sharp cheese if you like. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in my cooked breakfast sausage. And I cook the sausage before I start doing everything else in the beginning, because you want your sausage to be cooled before you add it to your egg mixture with the hash brown. And you don't want any of the drippings from your sausage. You just want the sausage. So you do want to drain them, or either use a slider spoon like I did to scoop them up out of the pan. I'm going to go ahead and fold and blend all the ingredients together. And if you were using green bell pepper, which was sauteed, you want to make sure you saute your green bell pepper and saute your onion. You would add them at the same time when I added in the sausage, because you would want your green bell pepper and your sauteed onion to be cooled before adding them into your bowl. Now I have a 13 by 9 casserole dish that I've lightly buttered, and while I'm doing this, I have my oven preheating on 350 degrees, and our casserole is going to bake in the oven for 40 to 50 minutes. It's going to be nice and golden brown around the edges of the casserole. There's going to be no more jiggly to the casserole at all. It's going to be nice and set. And the center of the casserole is also, there's not going to be any liquid left, and everything is going to be nice, baked, and set. Now what I like to do is I like to top off my casserole before putting it in the oven with some more cheese. And this is about 3/4 of a cup of each of the cheeses that I'm using. We don't need to put any foil on it at all. We're going to put it in the oven just like this. So our casserole has baked up in the oven. It baked for 45 minutes. It is nice and golden brown around the edges. It is nice and set. There's no more jiggle to it. It has puffed up nicely because the egg has nice and cooked, and it is looking so good. I just like to let my casserole cool for about 5 to 10 minutes before I go ahead and scoop it out. And it serves up so nicely in a nice buffet brunch. It also goes well if you want to pair it up with some fresh fruits. I'm going to go ahead and top my casserole with some sour cream and a little bit of chopped up green onion. And something my daughter likes to do with leftover casserole is take some of it, warm it up, put it in a nice warm flour tortilla, add some salsa, and you've got a great breakfast burrito the next day. Well, this bite's for you. Go ahead and take your bite. I'm going to go ahead and take my bite and see how we did with our casserole. Y'all, this breakfast casserole is so good. It is easy to put together. It is a crowd pleaser, trust me. And try that trick about making a breakfast burrito the next day with the leftover casserole if you got any left. And my husband and my boys like to have their casserole with a little bit of salsa or some jalapenos. Well, thank you for spending time with me today in my kitchen. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free. Show this video some love. Give it a thumbs up and click share. Share this video with a friend or family. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you can come back and visit me again in my kitchen. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. See you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.